I used to have a YouTube channel with almost 800,000 subscribers, but I've decided to start again from scratch. And these are the lessons that I'm learning as a beginner. Despite having all that experience before, it still feels like I'm a beginner. And because of that, I am really enjoying the lessons that I'm learning. It's liberating starting from zero, and here's what I've learned so far. This is the third video this year, so here we go. Number one is to set expectations really low. Whether you've made 1,000 videos, 10 videos, 0 videos, 10,000 videos, whatever. Don't focus on the outcome of the video. You're not saying, I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna expect to get 1 million views on it. That is setting yourself up for failure and setting yourself up for disappointment. Instead of that, just focus on the creation. Maybe your goal views or goal subscribers or whatever, set that really low. Keep it at like 10 or 50. You hit that, you feel pretty good. The goal here is not necessarily on the outcome of the video that you create. I mean, why did you make a video? Was it to get views or was it to impact someone's life? Whether you have 10 views or 50, you've impacted, 10 people, that's a lot. Like, most people only have like 5 to 8 close friends, family in like their life, and 10 people, that's a lot. 50 people, that's a lot. Set your expectations low and you're bound to keep going. You'll hit it, you'll feel great, and you'll make it a habit. My second thing I've learned is don't make goals based on outcomes. Sort of what we were talking before. An outcome is something that is not in your control, especially things like views, subscribers, comments, likes, anything that involves someone else taking the power over the action that will meet your goal. You're not in control of that. So how can you set a goal on that? Set a goal on something that you can control, aka the input. If your goal is to make a hook, if your goal is to come up with 5 ideas before filming a video, maybe it's actually making the video and putting it online. Those things are all under your control, and those are the things that you can affect. So focus on the inputs, not the outputs. Number 3 is building a foundation of videos first before optimizing. Now, I had this bad imposter syndrome where I was like, oh, I'm gonna come up with a bunch of ideas and I'm gonna pick the one that'll do the best and whatever. But on a new channel where I'm still exploring what I want to talk about and I'm not sure yet what I want to talk about, there's really no point to try and optimize that title to be like 20% better or optimize a hook to be better. I don't yet have a foundation of what my channel is about and what I want to talk about. I don't have a foundation on the audience, the video ideas, any of those things. So my first 10 to 20 videos, maybe even more, will just be trying things out, seeing what I like, getting a feel for it, maybe trying a personal finance video over there, productivity over there, psychology over there, book review, things that I'm interested in that I don't really know if they'll do well or not, but hey, I'm putting it out there. They've really helped me, so I hope it helps somebody else too. So building a foundation of videos is very important. It's like a house. You need the foundation first before you build on it and build up, or else the whole thing just goes collapses right over. Number 4 is after building the foundation, if you notice that out of those 20 or 30 first initial videos, if something hits harder than the other ones, if everything's like 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 50, 10, 20, 30, 50 views, and suddenly you see one that's like 1,000 plus or 2,000 plus, you're like, ooh, something happened here. What happened here? And then try to really nail down, like, was it the idea? Was it the title and thumbnail? Was it the hook? Is it the video itself? Some of those things you might find in analytics, but other things, maybe just thinking those questions through will really help you nail down why is that an outlier and what can you do in the future to take advantage of those outliers. Maybe it is the idea. Maybe try a similar idea. Maybe it's a title. Try a similar title on another video. Just things to experiment. Speaking of experimenting, if you are experimenting on purpose, it's okay for that video to just fail. Flat out, like, fail. There's no need to expect something out of an experiment because that's all it is. an experiment. When I was a kid, I liked to try out everything. I wanted to play drums, piano, guitar, violin. I tried out everything. I rented a violin, I took some classes. I didn't like it, so I quit. And then I tried out the piano. I liked that a little bit more, so I stuck to it a little longer. And then I tried out the guitar, and I stuck to that a lot longer. And at no point did I think, oh, I'm gonna be so good at all these instruments. They're all just experiments. I've dabbled in everything. Dancing, beatboxing, breakdancing, whole gambit of things that you can learn online. I've tried it all. Experimentation is fun, and that's how you should see it instead of wanting big results from the experiment. An experiment can either do well or do bad. The next one is it takes time and repetition to get better, but the time depends on the person. For me personally, I am really great at starting something, but for me to optimize, it's very, very, very slow. Other people might have a very, very tough time starting, but when they get started, they can optimize just like that. They'll like get really obsessed with it and start doing some research, and boom, like they're at the top already. I'm not exactly like that. I've made 500 plus videos, and I would say I still struggle here and there, especially on the YouTube platform. The next one, I have lost count, is to try different ways to make your video. It could be like this, face to face. You could do like head up, you could do bust, you could do full body, you could do voiceover, you can do A-roll plus B-roll, you can do A-roll only, you can do notes on a phone, you can do a teleprompter that I've tried, I didn't like that. You can do script, no script, bullet points. It's all up to you how to do it, but you don't know until you try. And that's why you gotta try it. You just gotta try it. Maybe you like one way over another. At some point in time, I really liked streaming and then cutting that down. Another point in time, I loved the teleprompter. Another point in time, I scripted. And now I'm back on bullet points and winging it after that. Just having an idea of the main idea and then going on. And the next 3 are probably my biggest takeaways of this year, and that is to make a habit instead of making it better. Making the process of filming a habit rather than improving the process of making a video is better. So show up every day and slowly improve. It's much better than trying to drastically improve video by video, because then your initial hump becomes so much higher. You start to feel a little more anxious when you step up to film, feel a little bit more anxious when you press publish, a little bit more anxious when your video goes out. Instead, if you make it a habit, those things will naturally improve themselves if you improve slowly with intention. And the next one is imposter syndrome can happen at any time. Whether you've done 0 videos, 10 or 500 plus, sometimes you still feel like you're not very good at it. And that's something that's hit me recently, is that I'm really good at starting, but then I'm really bad at continuing it. I'm not sure why, but I think imposter syndrome is a thing. I just feel like I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to be doing this. I don't know, it's a weird feeling. And then the last one is don't take YouTube too seriously. I mean, it could make you a full-time income, and it could let you live the life of your dreams. And that's what it's done for us with Switch and Click, is we've been able to quit our jobs, we've been able to have a child, have a house, live the life that we want, and all that is great, but that's never what we expected out of it. We expected like a side hustle, maybe make some money here. It was just something we were trying. At that point, we were trying everything. You can see the full story in the video that I'll link in the description. But we were trying everything: forex trading, programming, learning to sell and buy and sell goods on the market, like flipping goods. And eventually we stumbled onto blogging and YouTube. But all these things came with curiosity, not necessarily expectations. So by trying different things, eventually something will strike. You're putting yourself in the opportunity where luck will hit, instead of trying only one thing, but trying to expect so much from it that you feel imposter syndrome or anxiety or too much stress or too much pressure. Pressure is the word. Trying to make things too good and expecting too much out of things definitely increases the pressure. And my thing is to show up over and over and over again. So therefore I like the pressure to be a little bit lower. get through that hump, start and continue. And those are the biggest lessons I'm learning right now as a YouTuber that is starting from scratch. From the beginning, I feel like a beginner again, even though I've done so much, but I'm embracing it. I will make a video about the biggest lessons that I've learned growing a channel from 0 to 795k subs, so lots of lessons there, a lot of interesting takeaways. Almost none of those things I'm really applying now because life with a baby is different. It's different. Thanks for watching.